will accept this because before that happens, your cards no longer belong to you. Little tree man, obliterate their deck apart from 4 cards. This isn't the Watcher we're talking about here where we obliterate the entire deck. We leave them 4, we be nice. So go little tree man with your little scary legs, go get him. So, hello everyone, Gomez here for the LAN Up channel. Again, another deck for you today. This one is actually a deep deck, but it is with the new Bone Skewer card. So let's get into this. So I've called the deck Bone Deep, but it might be called something else in the when I get this out on YouTube. But at this moment in time, I called it Bone Deep because we are using the new card that got given to Build Your, which is Bone Skewer, which is actually a very a good card for deep. It was actually Skarzig, I believe, who first, like I said, this could be good in deep. It actually is really good in deep. Now, admittedly, if you want to make this deck better, listen to Gomez. This is a fun version. If you want to make this deck better, remove the copies of Lost Riches and put in and potentially Shipwreck Holder, although I do always like a Shipwreck Holder regardless if I was playing deep anyway, but definitely I'd say remove the copies of Lost Riches and put in copies of Jettison. That would make this far more viable, because the idea is, what works with Bone Skewer is a lot of your early game cards, but also your late game cards. So let's just quickly go into this. Dredger, you could use this on top of Dredger just to do 2 damage, but then also, because it's putting Dredger then to the top of your deck, meaning you get to toss more cards. The ultimate card you want to be doing this on top of is Deadbloom Wanderer, because Deadbloom Wanderer, what is happening there is you are dealing 3 damage. So with Bone Skewer, it's striking the enemy and then moving to the top. So the one you're playing it, you're tossing your 3 cards, getting you closer to the deep. You then use Bone Skewer to kill something, but it's also lifesteal. Bear in mind, this does still count as the strike for lifesteal, so you'll be getting 3 health, shuffling this to the top of the deck, and then immediately, boom, next turn you can play another Deathbloom Wanderer and get another toss for free. So that is the ultimate use. But let's go even further and go into the late game. You can use it on cards such as Devourer of the Depths, which means that, especially if you've got Nautilus out, the ability of, and if you've used a couple of Lure of the Depths to get, this price even down even further with Nautilus, so it basically costs nothing. What you could do is, obviously, you could use Devourer of the Depths with Bone Skewer, and then next turn, use Devourer its ability. So, you get the ability of playing this card, killing something on your opponent's side, then using the Bone Skewer to kill something else on your opponent's side, and then next turn, doing another obliteration on your opponent's side. So it actually can be devastating on that front. You can use it to get more riches in your deck if you were going to go down a riches front, or you could use it, I mean, I guess you could use it on the elusive one, but to be fair, you don't get much out of playing the elusive one again. You could also use it on the hunters to be able to do that 4 damage and then get another sea monster. So there are options for you, but Bone Skewer is a really good card, I said, in that early game to help you go deep, which is why, as I said, the fact you're adding more cards early on can be a risk with Lost Riches, and that's why, although the treasures are fun, and that's the reason why I play it, is because I like the treasures. The idea there is then, if you got rid of those and put Jettison in, you'd have a far more efficient deck at getting deep. Fading Memories are in this deck so that you can make copies of Dredgers or the Deathbloom Wanderers in order to yet again toss more cards in the early game, but also Fading Memories can be used yet again in the late game to make more copies of Devourer, more copies of Shipwreck Holder, or even more copies of the Abyssal Eye, so that you can go in, especially if Nautilus on the board, do that damage in even more so elusively, even though they're going to die afterwards. So that's the reason why Fading Memories is in this deck. But this is the list. As I said, it's actually a really fun list. Actually, it's done really well for me. So definitely, I think in terms of win percentage, I've definitely won a hell of a lot more games than what I've lost. I wouldn't be able to give you the exact things, but at this moment in time, it's definitely won a hell of a lot more games than what it's lost for me. So please let me know what you think down in the comment section down below, as well as shameless plug time, Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram. All the games you're going to be seeing were streamed live on Twitch, so if you want to come catch the action live, the link is down below, as well as obviously I've just shown it up there. I stream on Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, and there is, the Discord link down below if you want to get in there, start talking things about this deck. If you've got any questions, or if you've got deck ideas yourself, there's people in there who can help flesh out the ideas. What I'm loving, the little community that we're building. So if you want to get involved with that, please feel free to. But do not feel forced. These are just the options that are available to you. There's also the merch stuff down below, all Legends of Runeterra merch. If you want to check that out, or just let me know what you think about it. Do not feel forced into any purchases, but if you do want to have a look at it and let me know what you think about that merch stuff, please do, because I love getting feedback from you all. And just thank you all so much for watching. Like, literally, this channel would be nothing without all you guys watching, subscribing, commenting, liking. So thank you. I have got an end of year goal of hitting 5,000 followers / subscribers on YouTube and Twitch. And honestly, like, I just thank you. Like, we could do it together, people. We can get to that goal. But anyway, let's see how this deck did in a couple of matchups. Bro, he's on the job. So Scargrounds, people. Let's see what we can do about it. Hope. So Lure of the, I'm actually gonna keep Lure. We keep Lure of the Depths. I'm gonna keep my Bone Skewer, and we're gonna hope that we can find, like, the trash. 2 lures. I mean, it's already started out very nice. So the trash has started. We're losing one of our Death Blooms, but it's fine. Going forward here. So now what I want to do is I kind of want to save mana to be able to use my lures. Because if I save some mana right now, like, start getting down the cost of my sea monsters very drastically, and then Nautilus makes it even more so. Now, like, I know that we have the ability of them, like, throwing down their Scargrounds on this turn. I could consider throwing you down, but, like, another part was thinking, but you could be free next turn if I just save the mana. I'll throw it out. I might end up regretting this. Now, obviously, I said, like, if they don't throw down Scargrounds, they might throw down nothing. So I could have just pipped them for another 2 damage. Oh, they're going straight for draw. So they've not got their Scargrounds yet. They do have you. Okay, I'm willing to go forward. We're going to go forward with both of these. Now, obviously, yep. They want to keep that back. Stop the Vladimir levels. Vladimir, blah. Right, from... Who knows? Okay. So let's just make people cheaper. Make people cheaper. So this now, once we level up and become deep, like, Nautilus literally gives me you for free. So what we could do here is we could use the Bone Skewer just to get the Dredger back, so that we can now toss more people. My shield is my sword. We'll throw you in front of here, and then go, yeah! I'll get you next time, He-Man! As we go for trying to take Brom to the Shadow Realm. So that should mean that we can block. Boom goes in! I mean, listen, that does help Vlad a little bit, but we've also removed Brom. And we've now got another way to go, yeah! And Bridget throws some more cards away, getting us closer and closer to deep, which means that we're getting closer and closer. Okay, we're losing. The Vengeance is probably the worst one to lose there, because of course you show up this turn. Yeah, but Vengeance is probably the one I did not want to lose then. We've got some sea monster stuff going on. I'll take out the Overwhelm unit right now, because there's, like, literally no point in me going into Vlad. I mean, we could technically go into Vlad, but I feel like there's very little point, because all we're doing is helping him level up, and the potential of transfusions and whatnot in that deck, and, like, take hearts and problems such as that, I'm not willing to take right now. Bone Skewer, yet again, we could... Bone Skewer, we could get our, what's his face? I'll get our good old Dredger back, but I'm looking at this thinking Bone Skewer, so we throw more treasures in. Throw those treasures in. Then I'm also thinking to myself, but if I Bone Skewer off of you, we get more treasures. So show me your base. Oh, it's gonna be a gamble, because actually no, I guess. What am I worried about here in terms of what could Vladimir do? Is it like a transfusion move could come in so that Brom can kill this? I was trying to feel like if they transfusion, that'd give you 7, so you still die from a transfusion, like unless I was trying. Oh, Troll Shot! Of course. Okay, so Vlad takes some damage. Actually, this has actually worked out very nicely for Vladimir. The only plus side about this is the fact that we get to get a few more treasures in the deck. That's literally the main positive here. So, we're 7 away still. I could actually go with you. I could even go with a Devourer first, right? So, could go for a Devourer on top of Vlad. It forces out a transfusion move, but I'm thinking to myself, but I could wait that little bit longer. So, we'll throw Hunters out first. Ooh, I mean, we're definitely throw you out. We're gonna throw Hunters out first to try and grab, Vladimir. And if that fails, Hopefully the depths will be enough. Like, we've got to go the long con about this, okay? So we're going this way, and if this fails, we'll try the other way. Now, admittedly, what I could have also done is I could have actually thrown down this elusive just so we can start hitting in and trying to draw more cards so that we get ourselves closer and closer. Okay, I just want to try and force more and more cards out of their hand. If I can do that, I'll slightly be happier. Waiting, playing the waity wait game. I knew I should have left the Bone Skewer move out. Okay, oof. Okay. Now, admittedly, that is the level up for Vladimir. We kind of have to go. We kind of have to go for the attempt. We've also just lost an Atrocity, which is a really good finisher for us. Okay. It's not ideal. We wait to see what they do. Now, obviously, they could have a take heart. There is so many different moves my opponent could do that ruin this, okay? Just a straight up transfusion still ruins it. But, or even Troll Chant, Transfusion, anything that does damage a further would also like there's so many different things that ruin this move, but I feel like I've got to go. How close are we to being deep? So we're 5 away. I can believe, hopefully, we take Vladimir to the graveyard. Come on. Just the amount of time. There we go. The amount of times I've tried to take Vladimir to the graveyard. Finally, Vlad's in the graveyard. Okay, that's one Vladimir down. The ability to Fading Memories on top. We could Fading Memories and get more treasures. We should be friends. I could Fading Memories on top of our Devourer, obviously, so that we can devour a Brom. Part of me is considering doing this. Gets me that little bit closer. Gets me that little bit closer to what's his face, like deep. So I will take. It's a shame to. Okay. Oh, copy the Devourer. But on the plus side, that does actually mean that we toss more cards. So in a weird way, they kind of help me because that's now you dying, which means my atrocities, my riches. Why is it all my nice cards? Okay. So on the plus side, that is us. Should be basically like deep, which actually means this gets past this move, which is actually okay. Now, admittedly, so now we kill Brom. We could put more treasures in the deck, and we could actually throw down Nautilus. Like there's absolutely nothing wrong with Nautilus. Nautilus now means that all of these cost now like basically nothing. I feel like the Shipwreck Holder costs 1, but I've got enough for that. So let's start getting the treasures. This is the big swing move of deep. So we'll do that and see whether or not we can grab something. Oh, the eggs! The egg! So throwing more treasures in. Can straight up kill Vladimir if we were to like. Bear in mind this is an ephemeral one, so that's why I'm kind of keeping this back. It's I'm thinking to myself, well, it is an ephemeral copy, so I'll wait. As we now go forward, we've literally. I'm actually willing to make these go forward first, because at this moment in time, I don't care about tossing cards anymore. So should have vote to my opponent, yeah, but I don't care about tossing cards anymore because immediately we can toss them for Tree Man, but I get more value from all my sea monsters right now. Now that we've used 2 lures of the depths and which Nautilus is out, but honestly, shed a vote to my opponent. Very well played. Irelia with Azir. Now. Not gonna lie, it's gonna be a hard matchup. It's gonna be a hard fought game. I'm definitely gonna keep Bone Skewer. Man, shadow of a doubt, I keep Bone Skewer. The ability to, like, what we need to bear in mind is obviously nopify and deny our things. But if we can time it just right, and the fact that we could get treasures just right, it's okay. It's not okay, but I will convince myself. Oh, what's the chances? What's the chances that they trade here? Exactly! I was going to say this technically right now. This can still trade with Irelia. Can't do anything about this, I'll take it. So, the thought that comes to mind right now is, do I lure? Lure does mean that I can... Like, I really want to... I'm a rich... I'm somebody who likes the riches at heart, okay? I like the riches. I'm willing to keep you back right now because if I were to trade with you,
I must become the leader they need.
Now, so I do have my Bone Skewer, which might come in handy. Need to think to myself potential lure of the deck. Actually, no, I wouldn't be able to still use Bone Skewer on the same turn. So deny and nopify are the two things I need to be kind of. So they've still got deny. Still got deny that could come out. If I throw this out, oh, the eggs! Actually, they're like getting this early on against this kind of a deck is actually quite devastating for them. I could Bone Skewer. No, we wait because obviously we want to do like the first trade off. So it might as well be in here for the first trade off so that we just heal and then Nopify is still a thing. Bear in mind that Nopify is still a thing. 4 cards in hand. What are the chances they have it? Oh, boom! There's Irelia going to the Shadow Realm. And, yeah, now the eggs. So, obviously, we straight up just like, we'll take this damage. I could technically, I guess, save some of my health right now. And then we're just going to be throwing out these big fearsome units, which Azir can't actually block. And also, the droplet can't actually block. And it threatens 15 damage, including, like, this has actually gone very well. Do you remember when Atrocity used to cost 6 and would have been lethal next turn? I remember those days. Yeah, it is. The pressure is now on Irelia Azir because this has actually worked out so nicely against them. Like the fact when you can drop these on turn 5, they literally cannot defend. And knowing that the Atrocity is here as well, oh, it's not looking good, let's just say that much for them. The fact that we actually managed to Bone Spear the Irelia as well is very nice. Now the fact that Azir is leveled, it is dangerous because obviously all the blade dancey stuff does start to like do more and more damage, It becomes scary. I think to myself, well, at least I've got to. We could draw the other one. Okay, that becomes even more scarier. So what I can do is still throw down this, which means that I've at least got heals. So I mean, admittedly, I've just lost one of my main heals, which would have been that Withering Whale. This is still nice. It still does mean that, like, you know, in an okay spot, the blades start to come out. I can even throw a Sea Scarab into this right now. Like, admittedly, I could have Lure of the Depths, but I'm willing to do this just because, like, if anyone does die, at least we're getting benefits from it. So, your Emperor commands. It's a lot of damage. It's a lot of damage for the order to be given. I can take 8, he says, nonchalantly. Okay, that's okay. I mean, we've got more where that came from, so. Okay, this is fine. This is fine. We'll play the hype noise when we win, hopefully. So, what we could do here is obviously throw this in front of here. Even, like, consider throwing this, which is this way, so that we're still tossing, keeping ourselves in an okay spot. Obviously, they can defend here, but they're gonna need a burst. They're gonna need, like, you know, something on the ball, because Azir still won't be able to block these. Actually, yeah, they're gonna need a quick little sight to throw on the board. I don't think they're gonna get there. Ah, Nail Breaker! I mean, Nail Breaker would still keep this. Actually, Azir and that would live, but it's looking good. We do also have the straight up Atrocity move as well. So, I don't know what this is gonna be. It better be something like, whoa, the Homecoming. But they are. But what you've just done is you've got rid of the ability of deny, which now means Shadow Mode to my opponent. Getting that in. Shadow Mode indeed. Like, literally, you've got rid of that ability of deny being a problem. Recalling the things. I can understand why he did, because it was the only way to live, but it opens up my things. Shadow Mode to Irelia Azir. We see Thresh Nasus, and we hope. Prepare Uranus. Might end up regretting getting rid of the Withering Well. Do I want to keep you? No, I'm not going to keep you. I'll keep the Scarab. Riches. My only chance in this matchup. I mean, to be fair, Riches is actually like a really good, like, depending on when we get those riches and what riches we get, actually could actually be a very serious, like, a clencher in this game. Obviously, Butcher, Baker, and Candlestick Maker, of course. Now, I could throw down the Scarab. Gonna leave it. I leave and hope. Hope! So, it's a lot of damage to take. I basically have to throw down one next turn. The smarter move would be to lure. The smarter move would have been to use lure. But I will accept the moves that I've done. I need to hope that I get one of those treasures and get them fast. Against the deck that I'm currently against. Oh, that's not good. If they immediately go forward, which I doubt that they will. Okay, they do. Fair enough. We'll take a lot of damage. Now, all it takes is the atrocity moves and whatnot. If only... Why couldn't you have been a treasure? So, gonna throw down the tree man instantly. We start, and so it begins. Obviously, I should have thrown down Lure of the Depths, but I will accept the decisions of which are being made here today. Ah, we get some eggs! So, will the eggs be good enough? Because obviously, what they're going to do, yep, so they throw you out. Now, admittedly, I'm already dead before the eggs even get to hit. We could throw down the sapling to at least do some damage, but let's face it, we know, like, I'm going to do this just in case we top deck. What's his face? I can't think of names right now. Okay, maybe not. I was going to say, in case we top deck Withering Whale, getting that down to 1 health at least meant that that was one more thing that was on 1 health. But I'll be lying if I said the things were looking good. They got Fearsome, which we can defend there, but obviously they can hook that away, and they've then got like enough damage in on me. If they develop, which actually is probably the biggest mistake that they have made. Because they knew we had this, right? They knew that we had this because they saw that we tossed it. So actually, can't help us out there. I'm quite glad about that. It's allowed me to go slightly wide. Obviously, if we would have played a unit, we could have got some toss action going on, but I would accept this and go slightly wide. Like, literally, all they have to do is go forward. Admittedly, they can still go forward and do a lot of damage. It's okay. Any last words? I assume they get rid of the Abyssal's Eye. Would be, yep, be my guess. So, it's not still... Things could be better. I'd be lying if I said that things couldn't be better. But on the plus side, all it takes is an atrocity. I know this. You know this. We all know this. And we know for a fact that that deck has it in spades. If we instantly go forward, so I'm thinking to myself if I instantly go forward, but I'm also thinking to myself, so like, I was gonna say, because I've also got an atrocity move, but it's not as good. We go. I'll go immediately for. I know that the atrocity move could immediately come down. Like, I know this. I'm willing to accept that this is a fact. Okay, how close are we to being deep, by the way? I feel like we have to immediately go. That just gets them past it as well. Just gets them past it. On the plus side, that is a unit down. As a Thresh, that's a unit down. Which means all I need to do. So we can actually throw a number of toss mechanics now. I just have to survive, Yugi. I just have to survive. There's the Nasus play. I just have to survive. Okay. So we'll throw all my Lure of the Depths, my healing move as well. It's okay. I don't need heals while I'm going. I'm still 7 away. So many away. So I could throw down Lure of the Depths, but I feel like what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw down a Hunter's. Which I could have done if I would have thrown down a Lure of the Depths before this point. Do you remember when we played that Lot Riches move years ago? So, the atrocity move. Oh, no. Okay, fair enough. So, I will go like this, because it at least provides heals. So, toss heals. We can get there. I mean, maybe not, but we can get there. So, could consider throwing this forward. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. If they don't have atrocity, this is devastating. Like, in terms of the fact that I'm surprised that we've not seen atrocity. We're 4 away. 4 away from going deep. This would give me a little bit of draw. Like, it's not ideal. And obviously, as I said, we're getting, like, we can't atrocity ourselves anymore. It's okay. It's okay, people. As long as they don't have the big man move in its space that they could do. Like, this is a Thresh Nasus deck. If you don't see an atrocity, then something has gone wrong. All I've got is hope. But they haven't got it. And let's face it, they must run like 3 in the deck. So the chance of them drawing, like, it could come at any moment. I just need to hope. When there's nothing left to believe. Okay, they can no longer atrocity. What they can do though, actually correction, I've still got 3. I've got 3 units which can still, like, so obviously they can grab 2 of them. The 3rd one can still go in front of Nas. Oh, yeah, wait. I mean, admittedly, that's not fearsome though. It's okay. Now, that's problematic, but it's okay. Slowly but surely, Tree Man. Not ideal. Not ideal, but okay. That's actually made me go deep, I think. Kinda helped me, kinda hindered me. It's fine. I've still got a heal. It's not a good heal, but it's a heal. Oh, I really wish I could go with the atrocity move right now, but as long as I keep the atrocity move open next turn, I'm okay, he says. Hopingly. So, Tree Man could go over here. We could still, like... The question is... Do I throw this in front of here, or... I feel like I need to keep somebody with 8 damage alive. So, like, I mean, but the damage does go down to 7. This is where the issue comes in. They do take us down to 7. It's not ideal. Hope. He says... Now, like, I feel like what I need to do is I just need to immediately go forward and hope that they don't have atrocity themselves. Now, admittedly, they've just done a big draw move themselves, so the chance of them having atrocity, let's face it, it's very likely. Very likely indeed. Neil Breaker's not enough. It's never enough. No, it's never enough. I could play Nautilus, but then I said it gets this move out of the way for me. But to be fair, as I say, if they've got the atrocity themselves, like I can't physically atrocity their health right now because of the fact that we're doing like a 1 less damage. So we could do this and actually obliterate their deck, which is not bad, but still at the same point, it's not good. I played on Nautilus. I said, like, you know, it is meaning that I don't get the atrocity move. But it's all I've got right now in terms of the fact that if they do, if they have atrocity, either way, I'm done because there's no way I can stop the atrocity move. But this at least means I've got a chance of victory, but it massively requires that they don't have atrocity right now, which they did do a big draw move. So who the hell knows, right? Who the hell knows? It's all on a gamble, Campbell. Only we could have got rid of that spell shield beforehand as well, because then we could have. So they don't have the atrocity. Okay, there's actually hope right now. There's hope at the end of the tunnel, people. Like, so what we could do is we could use this, which then allows me to hook. We can Captain Hook them back. My God, how do they not have the atrocity move? So what this does is this gets rid of the spell shield. We could have also technically used this to get rid of the spell shield and devoured them rather than putting it back in their deck. I'm not going to lie, because admittedly, this is leveled up. So we could have done that, but if I go wide enough on this board, right now, they've only got 4 health, 4 mana, so the chance of them doing a big ass development is slowly but surely creeping away. Actually, by forcing Nasus back into their deck. Now, I'm not going to lie, don't you sad borrow me when you're playing a Nautilus. when you're playing a Thresh Nasus deck, how dare you sad borrow me? Go on, you gotta do something. I expect moves. I said I can shuffle them back into the deck. So shed emote to my opponent. Yep, shed emote. They know it's over. I know it's over. They might have thought we had a second devourer, which we could then use to devour the finishes. But honestly, well played to my opponent. Luckily enough, it went my way today. Okay, gonna get rid. What are we up against? I mean, potentially this could work against their onlookers, because I assume that they might play Stygian onlooker. So this could work against their onlookers, but obviously it takes us a little bit of... I mean, if I would have known I was getting you, I wouldn't have wanted the other one. Losing my bloom and losing my riches is not what I wanted to see, but it's okay. I made the decisions of which I made when building this deck, and I will live with losing the things that I don't want to lose. So obviously we've got Bone Skewer, so we do have the ability to throw you back to the top of the deck to toss more cards. Obviously I would prefer a bloom. 2-2. Oh, Gomez. Why are you about to do this? Gomez, why would you do this, Gomez? Gomez, stop, this is stupid. Gomez, there's 4 better targets to Bone Skewer. Why are you going all in on the go? Gomez, stop. Okay, it was too funny for me not to do that move, okay? I'm not gonna lie. It was not the best strategic move, but I will go... Oh, no! What's it always my lost riches? Why do they always take the riches? I just want to be rich early, okay? Is it too much to ask? Now, admittedly, I said we do have Shipwreck Calder who can put some treasures in, but that's for... We've got to wait a long time on that. I mean, why am I waiting? I should have just gone forward. It's very unlikely they're going to defend with the flight because they want that elusive damage. I should have gone forward. Why did I pass? The only plus side about this is I could technically Withering Wow this down. I hope that we see a Stygian Onlooker. I hope that we see them, like, use Stalking Shadows, Stygian Onlooker, and then we go, yeah! That would be the ideal situation. So, still, yes, Stygian Onlooker. Do it. I command you, play your Onlooker. Do it! Yes! Now go on then, play your second Onlooker. Go on, do it. Reveal yourself. Reveal yourself. Second Onlooker. Come to me. Oh, coward's choice. A coward's choice if I ever saw one. Okay. On the positive side, I could still... I'm assuming they go forward with everything here, because why wouldn't they? In order they can't power cascade their way around this. So might as well do that. We trade off both of those and also trade off the Crescent Guardian. We do know that they've got like potentially another Stygian Onlooker in that hand, but I'm okay with this right now. Oh, good time. The raid coming in. Thank you for the raid. Hasaku, how did your stream go? You're watching Gomez playing a very stupid deep deck. We now throw down Dredger, obviously, because trash time. My memories! Oh, they were fading anyway. Puns. So, I'm losing my Bone Skewer as well. I feel like I've lost... I definitely lost my lost riches. Why am I actually saying all the different... Okay, I feel like we go now. Like, they're keeping this... They're doing this... because then they want to develop into something else. I mean, or do we leave it? I feel like what they're doing here is that they've played you in order to develop into Nocturne or Diana. Like, I feel like that's the plan. They want to wait for us to do an attack. I feel it's more beneficial for us just to wait this out, wait for them to play something. Because if they don't, they can't activate their Nightfall this turn. Like, so... Ah, see, I knew you! I mean, you sucked my health away, which is very upsetting. I'm not gonna lie, bad, but it's okay. At least we get that Doom Beast off the board. It's dependent on whether or not we see until dusk, or whether it's cool where they can activate that a second time, or even a fading memory, so that they would have another more sucky suck action. But they don't suck me anymore. So it's okay. We've got our atrocity. We can. Next turn, I can get treasures. Depending on what they play, potentially Depths could be a very nice move. So wait, so you did have this? So why did you use it on the other guy? Because that was on that side. You know what? Ignore it. It's fine. So that's the level up. All it takes is a Power Cascade. I assume they're going for Tree Man. And all it takes is a Power Cascade for them to get round this, by the way. So, I just need to hope that they don't have a Power Cascade right now. It is at least helped me go a little bit deeper. I'm getting deeper and deeper. I'm feeling weak. I can't remember that song. Anyway, the point is, I'm getting weaker and weaker. So this is a potential chance if they don't have Power Cascade right now, or a way of getting your down. Of course they have Power Cascade. Moonlight! So, Tree Man, I do apologise, but it does look like you're going to the graveyard right now, my friend. I don't want you to go to the graveyard, but it does look like you're going to the graveyard. And then we throw down... we throw down our Shipwreck Holder. Which Shipwreck Holder actually makes us go deep. Because we'd be drawing a card, which means that we'd be 2 away, and then he tosses the cards and puts 2 cards back. It's the weird synergy of the fact that you can go deep. Ooh, Tree Man, you live. I'm not gonna lie, Tree Man. I thought you were dead. I will accept this. I will accept this. So we're on 17 cards. Watch me go deep at 17 cards. Toss those cards away! Become... oh, my bone skewer! Toss those cards away! Become deep! Actually, correction, he's going to toss more cards. Ignore me. Ignore me, but technically because the cards that they put back in again, we would have 17 cards, but then we're tossing another 2 cards because of Maokai, so ignore me. I'm talking bollocks. But we would... if you weren't on the ball, Tree Man, we would right now have, which we had 17 cards, but still be deep. Oh, do I grab you? Or do I grab the goat? Send the goat to the graveyard, sod it. Let's go. Do I send you to the graveyard, my little man? Don't worry, Trash Man. You go to a happier place. I'm doing this so that they'd go into this and I'd have the Withering Well, but all they got to do, from the goat going in, they get the gem and heal her back up again, which they might leave until next turn, like as a quick activator for another Nightfall card. But they do have this big issue. And speaking of big issues, we do have this. So if they don't block the 10 damage, we might be able to kill them in other ways. Obviously, they are running Targon, so expect heals for days, like for a star shaping. But other than that, it's all good. It's all gravy, baby, as they say. We'll see how this goes. I'm hoping that things will go my way. Ooh, I did it my way. As the dredger sadly, the trash goes to the trash. That does actually mean, the fact that they've done that there, it does now mean it leaves the atrocity move open, but it's a gamble. Playing one more unit does mean that we toss all their cards though, so it's one of those things where I need to think about, they've got to do something about this. Obviously we don't have any units in our hand right now, but they don't know that. Nautilus! Which at least is something that I can play, and the fact that we're already deep is nice. Also gives me another atrocity target, but let's have a little look here, because obviously this could be, you could activate you, which then means... see, the question is, will they be able to grab you? So, that's fine. I will accept this, because before that happens, your cards no longer belong to you! Little Tree Man, obliterate their deck, apart from 4 cards. This isn't the Watcher we're talking about here, where we obliterate the entire deck. We leave them 4. We be nice. So go, little Tree Man, with your little scary legs. Go get him. So that's fine. We have obliterated their deck down to 4 cards. Now, as I said, we do have options in terms of atrocity. Now Tree Man can go to the graveyard. I would accept Tree Man's absence and going to the graveyard right now, because right now, I'm fine with that. That's, like, you have served your purpose honorably, Tree Man. So, just a little bit too late. I mean, if they would have gone for, if they had a hush in that, wait, of course. More sucky suck action. So, I am also on, I mean, technically, they could actually have an atrocity finisher as well. There is a chance they could go for such things. Not my beautiful hoarder, but I want to hoard! Now, that's fine, he says, nonchalantly. So, that is the level up. We do lose our Shipwreck Holder, and we do lose our Tree Man. It's not ideal. All I can do is immediately go forward with Nautilus. Just present big enough damage. Seems like a plan. I present. Ooh, Yugi boy. I mean, I could still play you.
Danger pays.
Danger pays. Not the sea monster I was looking for, but it's still a sea monster nonetheless. Means that we've got Captain Hook. So, options. Now, admittedly, we've given them potential choices as well. If they do I don't think that they would have a Ruination, but if they do have a Ruination, potential problems. We shall see. Obviously, if they do have a Ruination, we do just have an Atrocity move, so... This is fine. I like to think that everything's okily-dokily, but you never know, right? As much as things might appear okily-dokily, things can very quickly turn un-okily. They still want to be keeping her back. So, to be fair, it's their best chance. If they do have more power cascades, hopefully they just draw themselves closer and closer to death. Vengeance could be a thing as well, by the way. Do we go? Nah, we Atrocity. Right, because here's the thing. We could Atrocity their core off of Nautilus, but then that means that Nautilus dies. And if they've got a star shaping, because they've still got the mana for star shaping, I'm in trouble. Whereas, if I do stupid moves such as this, it still means that I've still got the Atrocity move open. Nautilus is still alive, so if they did have the ability to heal their cores, I'm just saying, you need to remember, options are there. But they've lost one of their Atrocities. Like, Deal Breaker! I mean, I'm not gonna lie, that's pretty much any ball development has now become, like, 0 for them right now. So, I take up the damage. You knew the risks. You can take it! I'll do 5 damage to everything on the field. You hear me? 5 damage to everything on the field. So if they do have another Atrocity move, which they could go off of that. So admittedly, like we don't know exactly what's in that hand. It's slightly scary. But boom, 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 boom. Everything goes to the graveyard on their side of the field. Our side of the field somewhat stays okay. Yeah, I'm happy with the situation right now. I'm in an okay spot. I'd be lying if I said that I was not in an okay spot right now. We've got the straight up Atrocity into their core, but we want to wait until it's definitely needed. They've only got 1 card left as well, so literally, they have to win this turn, or an Atrocity move on our turn, or, because there's no rally.
Covers the land. Our time is now.
Smart move, Yuki, I concede. The only positive that I have here is if they do have an Atrocity, I can heal myself. I'm so, like... Maybe we should have waited on the move, right? We should have waited on the straight up bang bang move. But if they do try to go for an Atrocity move, we heal ourselves. As well as the fact that we could straight up Atrocity them back. So, we'll see how this goes. Just want to keep my options open. Immediate Atrocity! But we go, ha ha ha! You thought you had me, Kyber. Oh, go on, do it. Go on, use your Atrocity. Oh, you don't have it. Shadow mode to my opponent. Very well played, honestly. Oh, my lost riches. I mean, I'd be a fool.
A true Feliolian.
A true Feliolian welcome. I'd be a fool not to have them, right? Bone Skewer on top of Wanderer. Just like such a lovely pair.
A true Feliolian.
A true Feliolian. And actually... the ability to get my riches and draw them and then maybe play them. Oh, Draven's biggest fan. Of course you're here, you bitch. So, the question is, do we save the mana? Do we just go all in? Do we go all in on this plan? Against Discard Aggro, I really can't afford to, right? They can do a lot of damage very quickly, considering the fact that we know for a fact they're most likely dropping Draven next turn. So I'll go with this just because anything I can trade off of theirs, I will accept trying to trade it off. Could have saved the mana, so we could have thrown down Wanderer going into a Bone Skewer on top of Draven. So, yet again, could have saved the mana, maybe a misplay. But I will accept the decisions which I've made here today. A true Feliolian welcome! A true Feliolian welcome indeed to everyone who's currently coming in here. Let's just put them in. Let's just make it happen, Captain. Let's do this. I mean, if I throw this here, they just throw down their spinning axe on top. Am I willing to accept it? I am. I have made peace with my gods. Do it. Spinning axe! Do it! Hopefully. I mean, what's the chances? We've just put 2 treasures in the deck. What is the chances that the one card that you toss is the card that I want? Admittedly, we wouldn't be able to play it next turn, but we'd be able to play it the turn after, so it would still be nice. My opponent is weighing up all the pros and cons. All the pros and cons of their discard aggro deck. Go on, do it. I dare you. Go on. Axe me. I'm asking you to axe me a couple of questions. Do it.
For the money.
There we go. Now come on. Just, if you owe me anything, it's a good card. So. No! Okay. It's not the one I wanted to see, but I would accept. So I want to throw down the Wanderer, because by throwing down the Wanderer, hopefully we're going to be tossing some cards and hopefully getting one of my trades. So swear, Skeletor! Thank you, big fan of your content on YouTube. It was an honor to play against you. Literally, was that? Thank you so much. It was a great duel. You did really honorably and well. So thank you for coming over. Honestly, it does mean so much. And the fact that you watch my YouTube content, honestly, thank you. Okay, do we go forward here? Like, potential mystic shots and potential problems. And obviously, I really want to bone skewer you, but we go with the gamble Campbell. A true Felonian. Well, we go. Oh, there we go. Yep, yeah. So we wouldn't have been able to bone. Like, we didn't have the man to bone skewer. It's a shame, because they were probably going to do that anyway. Like, or they might have passed and waited and then, like, you know, done it on the next turn when we try. Ah, never punished.
A true Felonian.
A true Felonian. Welcome. So, rules are made to be broken, like buildings or people. I could have... deal breaker will break their spirits and their swords. Although, I mean, axes. So, I feel that Jinx is more the problem. Now, admittedly, they could have removal. Got 4 cards left in that hand. Mystic Shot, get excited. Many problems. But axes coming right up. Let's go. Let's go, buddy boo. I mean, admittedly, I also do have this, but we'll go with this to try and get that Wanderer back into our hand and then toss some more cards. So, come on. Jinx deserves to go to the graveyard. You know she does. You know she does. Let her go. Let her go. Let her go. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. There we go. We also get the heal off of that as well. So, that's 1 Jinx down. I've still got a Draven, but let's face it, I've been dealing with Draven for years, so I'm used to it by now. We could... There's so much removal in that. I mean, if they had removal, wouldn't they have removed that? So that's what I'm considering. Do we go for the Obliterator? But we could just wait until we go deep in order to do that. So we'll throw out the Wanderer. I've got this option, but again, like... Oh, no, why is it always my bones? My bone skewer, I wanted you. Gonna go wide on me right now. I could technically throw this down to find out. Like, it could be the box, right? It could be the box! Like, it could even just be the eggs. The eggs would still be good. We'd go wide. But it's okay. It's all gravy, baby. It's all gravy. I've got heals. I've got, like, options available to me. Straight up, like, destroy everything. Ooh, a true Felonian. Welcome. As they now send the Poros after me. Okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. The Poros are coming for my bumhole. But it's fine. I accept this charge, officer. Because all we got to do is wipe their board. A true Felonian, welcome!
Felonian, welcome.
I will take the heals. So we take damage. But then we also take heals. As long as I stay in an okay spot, I can accept. I can accept the problems I'm currently at, and I will hope. Now, a smart person would not do the move that Gomez is about to do. The box! Okay, now we open the box! What lovely wonders lie in store! Okay, let's see what's in the box. Give me all my answers. Give me all my answers. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. This has not been the best box. I mean, this is not... I waited for the box for you to give me this bollocks. The crowd's ready. Let's reckon. I mean, there is a reckoning coming. Do not fret. I mean, admittedly, that is an annoyance, but we can go... Whoop, and that is also now in Nail Breaker territory, as well as the fact that we've just come into... Ah! No! No! Don't leave me here! I still have other things to use in my box, including a very pointless swap! But shed a mote to my opponent. Really well played. So that is the Bone Deep deck. As you can see, really good. And actually, like, using the ability of Bone Skewer can get you out of some really tricky situations, as well as obviously allow you to play those cards again, regardless, like whether or not it's in the early game or in the late game. And that is why it's such a good card in Deep, Bone Skewer. So do not think it can be like, because obviously it's putting another card into your deck, so it's kind of stop you from going deep. But depending on what that card is, can help you get deep faster. You could also put a copy of Slaughter Docs and whatnot into this deck, but that is up to you. This is the deck that I've done. Please let me know what you think down in the comment section down below, as well as I said, like, you can catch all the games that you saw were streamed on Twitch, so you want to check that out. Links down below. I'm live on Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. Discord link down below as well as the merch link. I would love to go what your guys' opinions are on that merch stuff in there, but do not feel forced. There's just the options that are available to you. And thank you so much. If you enjoyed yourself this far, why not consider subscribing if you're not already subscribed? And if you are, thank you so much for helping me with my goal of hitting 5,000 followers / subscribers by the end of the month. I hope you have a great evening, afternoon, or whatever it is for you. And until next time, bye!
From flash of brilliance that could save me. Save me! That doesn't save me. Okay. Is there anything from you? Save me. That doesn't save me! Okay. Get rid of this and get rid of this. Find something that can save me.